Hold on, there's a cat hair stuck to it. I cannot show that. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Hold on. I've never seen Bridgerton in my life. I just wanted this. But I still remember that. I won't forget. I will forgive, but I'll never forget. Bella's feet are in the camera. Oh shoot, I knocked into the camera a little bit and I messed up the angle. Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't ruin the video. Well, anyway. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today is the day that I am doing my 2024 eyeshadow palette collection. I know nobody was looking for this video, but I have missed out on doing them for at least the past 2 years, and I wanted to make sure that I did one this year. Also, I wanted to document my Christmas nails before I take them off because I am so happy with them, but I've literally had these on for over 2 weeks now, so I'm going to change them when I'm done filming this, but I need to have a record of these for the future so I can remember how beautiful they were. I used to be obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. Why did I pronounce it like that? Obsessed. I definitely had way more at some points, but I usually declutter my makeup throughout the year instead of like waiting to declutter it all at once. So I've already decluttered a bunch of stuff for the year, and currently what I'm about to show is everything that I'm keeping. There are still some things here that I probably could declutter, but I'm not going to yet. So in no particular order, I'm going to show you my collection of eyeshadow palettes, and I have like 3 face palettes in here. I don't even know why I own face palettes, but I have them. So let's get into it. So first is a palette that kind of started off my makeup journey, and you'll notice a theme with like cute packaging and pink and whatnot, but it's the Pretty Rich by Too Faced palette. It's kind of like puffy and it looks like a jewelry box. It has just, you know, like a nice kind of puffy feel to it. I was obsessed with anything that came in this packaging by Too Faced, like when I first started learning about makeup, and so one day my mom bought me this palette for my birthday, and as you can see, well actually I don't know if you can really see well that there's a dip in these 3 shades here, but the other ones are almost like untouched, so I definitely need to bring this out and use it more. But I am also like redoing my entire makeup setup, so maybe it'll be more accessible to me once I do that. Next up is a palette that I bought on Poshmark with my Poshmark monies. It is the Pat McGrath Bridgerton, what is this? It's like a blush palette, and I got it because it just looks like bonbons. Like, it just made me hungry, but I was not about to pay full price for this, so I sold some of my stuff on Poshmark, and then I used that to buy it from somebody on there. I've never seen Bridgerton in my life. I just wanted this. Moving on with the luxury brands kind of theme, I have a Natasha Denona face palette that I also bought on Poshmark, and just prepare yourself for this because I bedazzled it. Alright. So here is my Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette, which I bedazzled. I think this took me like about a month to do, I would say. And it's incredibly detailed. You can't even, I don't know if my camera will really capture it all, but this took so long. And I'm currently doing the same with the only palette I won't be showing in this video, which is my Jaclyn Hill palette. When I turned 16, somebody gave me one of the Jaclyn Hill volumes, and I forgot which one it is, but I've been bedazzling it for over 2 months now, and it's a big palette, so it's taken a long time. So that one is not going to be in this video today, but just know that I have it. I forgot which one I have. But anyway, this is the inside of it. I had to strategically like not blind you guys, but it has this cool window to separate the creams from the powders. This one has a dent. It's like an incredible highlight shade. And I just like wanted this so badly. I think there's nothing wrong with buying makeup on Poshmark because that's mostly what I sell on there, and that's what sells the best. So I think I had more at one point, but I only have 2 ColourPop palettes right now. The first one is the Avatar The Last Airbender palette, and my mom bought me this. Again, another one she bought me, and I still remember when she bought it because I've never used it. I love this show so much. I've literally done a public speaking speech on this show before, but I have never used the palette for whatever reason, so I just keep it in the sleeve. It's like a memorabilia thing for me, but I will use it one day. And then the other palette is the Mulan, which is I think the first ColourPop palette I ever got, and you can see videos of younger me talking about it on this channel. This, on the other hand, on the complete opposite, is very dirty and well used, even if it doesn't show on camera. But I loved this palette so much when I first got it, and I still love it. I just don't use it that much anymore. But Mulan is also my favorite Disney princess, even though, you know, the is Mulan a princess argument is still a thing. But I love Mulan so much, so yeah. Moving on, I actually have a palette from Pure, and this one I got at TJ Maxx. It's also been in a separate video on this YouTube channel. I don't even think they exist anymore. I could be wrong, I don't even know. I feel like one of them was going out of business, one of them like Pure adjacent brands, but it's the second Barbie palette. I wanted the first one, but I was never able to get my hands on it, so instead I found the second one at TJ Maxx and got it. I actually considered selling this for a while, but nobody bought it, so I just put it back in my collection. I'll speedrun some more palettes that I found at TJ Maxx. This one is the Hershey Kisses Lava Cake palette, and hold on, it's like hard to open from this angle. I actually really like all of them. I don't always take the plastic off the mirrors, by the way, so that's why it's still on there. But I have used this. You can see only a little bit though. It's very good quality actually. The shades are very pigmented. I just don't use it that often. And also, I kind of at one point wanted to collect the other ones of this, but I didn't. Obviously, I didn't do that. So then I also got the Too Faced Natural Eyes from TJ Maxx. It was like the most expensive palette that I had bought from TJ Maxx at the time, but you know, they still sell this like at Sephora and whatnot for the full price, so I'm really glad that I got it there. Mine is a little bit dirty. I use it all the time. It smells like cinnamon and like gingerbread, and I love it so much. It had nice designs on the shadows, but some of them are like a little messed up because I use them a lot, this palette actually. It's very handy. The other palette that I got from TJ Maxx is this one. It's the I Heart Revolution Mini Avocado palette. It's a green palette, and I got this because on social media they were saying that if you have brown eyes, green eyeshadow will look the best, but I literally have never used this on myself. I did recently use it to do some Elphaba makeup for my mom when we went to see Wicked, and she loved it, so that inspired me to pull this out and use it more. So this year Flower Nose has been making the rounds on social media, but I would like to say that I knew about them before they were even getting popular, and I already have 2 of their palettes among other things. I use a lot of their makeup. I've even done a haul before on my channel. My first order from them, I lied, I was going to show this one first, but my first order from them was the Moonlight Mermaid palette. I got this one because it's like a more unique color story. And then I also have the Swan Ballet, which hits home personally for me because I used to do ballet. I did ballet at like various time points in my life, and I loved it a lot. So how can you resist Flower Nose? Like, everything they make is beautiful. Super duper random, but the only palette I currently still have from YesStyle is this one, which I got recently and I unboxed in a video. It's the Secret Cake Box from Etude. I think, yes, I was right. I shouldn't doubt myself, but I got it because I like the nostalgia of how it looks, you know, the cassette tape and whatnot. And then I haven't used it yet because I don't feel the need to. I don't know, I haven't had the right occasion to start using it yet. Sometimes you don't want to use things when they're brand new, but it's a really cute tiny palette. Maybe I'll use it more for traveling instead of bringing around the Too Faced Natural Eyes, because that's what I always do, but that's huge and it's heavy. I don't know why I bring that around, so maybe I'll just start using this instead. I might as well just finish showing all the makeup I've bought on Poshmark. So first I have 2 more to show you. First is a Huda Beauty palette, and I don't remember what the original name of this is, but it's like the mint, I don't know if there was a name other than mint, but I bedazzled mine. It doesn't come like this. It's just the mint 9 pan. It's like kind of older. I literally got this for $9. It was like swatched by the person once, but I just used some makeup sanitizer on this bad boy and it's fine. It's good to go. I don't use this that often either, but I'm glad that I own it. And I like to have makeup to bedazzle, so this was like a really fun project for me. It looks really good on camera too, so I'm proud of how painstaking this was. I think this probably only took me about a week. And then last in this video, as far as things I bought on Poshmark, I have this Smashbox face palette. And like I said, I'm just including the few that I have in here. It's another one that has this window that separates the cream products from the powder products. Because I had a phase where I was like obsessed with palettes that had windows in them. So that's like a running theme here. And I just like love this. These two are like cream blushes that have a bit of a shimmer in them, and they're actually really nice. So I might start using these again. You can see a dent in there if you look really closely because I did use them. Moving on to one of the most infamous, or no, infamous is if it's bad, right? One of the most, I guess, famous palettes on this channel. When I got this for Christmas, I did not shut up about this for like a year at least. The Urban Decay Stone Vibes. I made a half-hour-long video dedicated to this back on that Christmas, and I have used this palette so much since then. It has a lot of, you know, use was gotten out of it. The lack of the words are just like not coming to me. But especially this shade, Tiger's Eye. If you can see how like the depth is there from just me using that shade. I really love this palette a lot. I was obsessed with it when it first came out, and I'm still obsessed with it now. Something that I've had for like a long time. This is literally from Walmart, but it's the Heart Candy Glitterazzi palette. I think they have multiple of these, but I've never seen this specific like combination of colors ever again. But I got this like a long time ago, and there's actually pan. I did actually hit pan on some, and then some just have like a significant dip, but as you can see, these are just like incredible glitters. Again, they're from Walmart, but I have been using these for years, like for all my concert makeup looks, and it hasn't failed me ever. So, and then something else that I've had for years, well not years, but since I started doing makeup. One time I was watching like somebody's makeup collection video, and they recommended the Revolution Soph X highlighter palette, and I got it on their recommendation. Look at that. Mine is so old that it's actually cracked right there, if you can see that when you try to open it. But I actually hit pan on this white shade, and it's like a significant pan. It's like a crater in there, and then there's like a smaller one over here. I used the heck out of this, and I still use it to this day. They're not even dusty or anything. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't really care. And then moving on, I know I bought this from Sephora. I used to buy a lot more Too Faced makeup. These days I don't really anymore, but the That's My Jam is like one of these mini holiday ones they had a couple years ago, and I love this one. When I first got it, it smelled like peanut butter and jelly. You know, like most of their eyeshadow is scented, but now it just kind of smells like expired kids makeup. Let me just... Yeah, it definitely does not have the same scent that it did when I first got it, unlike the other one that still smells like strongly of cinnamon and gingerbread. But it's so pretty, and I love it. I just love the theme. Moving on, it has to be one of the most prehistoric palettes in my collection. I've been using this since the dawn of time, literally. Sephora, oh, it's upside down. The Sephora Museum of Ice Cream collection. It's one of the first palettes that I ever like ordered something on the Sephora website. And these eyeshadows, now that I've like come to the conclusion, you know, of years now of makeup using, they're not even that good. But I actually have a little bit of a dent here because I used to wear this shade all the time, and I've done older videos like on my channel over 4 years ago, I think, of me using this palette. It has a brush in it that I've never used, but I can't bring myself to declutter this. It's so cute, and it has so many good memories attached to it. Like I said, the rest of the shades, they're like barely used because they're not good, like at all. So Moving on is a palette that my friend bought me. Marlene, I feel like you're gonna see this video, so do you remember that you bought me this? The Morphe Cherry Cove. I was obsessed with this collection when it came out. I had the blush, I recently decluttered it. I had the lip gloss, I used it all, and I eventually got this palette. They had it at TJ Maxx one time. I think that's usually where I would find things like this. And so she got it for me, and I still have it. I don't think this was ever scented, but the other products were scented in this collection and they smelled so good. And then I have my only MAC palette. It's the Luisa palette, and it has like that weird material that almost feels like expired plastic on the top, if you know what I mean. But on the inside, it's really pretty. I almost never use this because I forgot that I had it, to be honest. And then there was like that whole thing where when people from the US tried to order these, we didn't get the free bag that came with it if you spend a certain amount. So I was upset about that, and so I only bought the palette because I was upset that I wasn't going to get the free bag that came with it. They did that like everywhere else except the US. Usually it's like the other way around, but I still remember that. I won't forget. I will forgive, but I'll never forget. And finally, I had to start hurrying up because my camera's dying, but I don't know how to replace the battery. Finally is the newest palette to my collection. I was supposed to do a video on like all the makeup that I bought from this. It's not that much, but I haven't gotten around to making a video on it yet. But recently I bought the Beauty Creation and Bratz Girls Night Out palette. It's one of those cool ones that has like the like accordion feeling thing here. Is that what the word is called? What that it makes this noise? And then when you tilt it, the picture changes. I bought the whole collection. It has the pictures on the back there, but I bought almost the whole collection, so I was gonna do a video on it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But it's really pretty palette, and there are some nice other things that go with it. So hopefully by the time you see this, I have either filmed or posted my video of this collection. And if not, you'll just have to keep waiting. So that is it for my eyeshadow palettes. I completely forgot to count them, and I don't actually know how many I have in total. But if you've been watching my channel since the beginning, I have way less makeup than I had before. And even though eyeshadow palettes used to be one of my favorite things to hoard, again, I've decluttered makeup. I don't have them all anymore that I used to have. I don't throw it away. I usually just give it away or sell it. But this is what I currently have in my collection, and I think that is what I will be keeping going into 2025. I hope you enjoyed my eyeshadow palette collection. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Can we get some commotion for the Christmas nails? Commotion for the Christmas nails, I ask.